Good afternoon. Good practice out there today. The weather certainly cooperated for us to stay outside the entire time. I thought the players did a good job. There seems to be good focus and energy out there in the practice field. We were able to have Gary out there to do some things in a limited role. Able to have Bateem out there in a limited role, so that was good. And the rest of the stuff you guys have on the injury report, but it was good to have those guys out there to be able to do some things, and then hopefully we can progress them as the week goes on. Questions?
Does having Gary, you said yesterday you wanted to have a little more certainty today. Does having Gary out there give you any more certainty?
I think it means you got a chance. I don't know if there's any certainty at all. I don't. Those are decisions that I don't make. The medical staff makes them. So they give me an idea of what they think he can do, and then we try to do it. And tomorrow we'll see how he feels tomorrow.
So he hasn't been ruled out at this point?
No.
How long do you wait to make some kind of decision?
I don't know that you have to worry about that at all until game day. If a guy doesn't practice, it's different. But when a guy can do certain things, then you give him the week and see how he feels.
So as long as he's in practice, you get time. You can keep it till game time.
I mean, you can keep it till game time anytime you want.
Yeah.
I just think if a guy practices, then it gives you a chance.
Collins, because it's a quarterback, I'll ask one more, but did he have to be cleared to practice today as well? I mean, would that be an encouraging sign if he was cleared to practice today, even though it's not contact?
The medical staff has complete autonomy when it comes to what the players can physically do in a situation like this.
Okay.
So for him to be out there, they tell us what they think he can do. There's a lot of communication between myself and Gary and the staff and their protocol. And then we take him out there and we see how he does. So I was pleased. He didn't do a lot today, but we were pleased with what he did.
There's a report that Brandon Allen might not play. Just came out today. Did that affect your preparation at all today?
It really doesn't. And I listen to what the other coach says, and that's generally what I base things off of. I know there's going to be reports both ways. The reality is this. Brett Bielema has a football team that wants to run the football. That's where it begins. Their backup quarterback is more than capable of throwing the passes that they want to throw, so that they will threaten us down the field and in any way they need to from a passing game standpoint. This game will be defined, I believe, very early in terms of running the ball and stopping the run on both sides.
Do you need to see in the run game significant improvement from the corners and safeties when it comes to just tackling?
I think tackling is about all 11 players on defense and swarming to the football. Are there one-on-one situations that we need to get better at? Absolutely, and we're working on those every day. But I can tell you this, the teams that limit the yards after contact, that's I think what you're alluding to, are the teams that get multiple people to the ball every play.
Guys are
Sorry,
fifth in the country against stopping the run so far. Do you feel like this is the first true measuring stick, considering going against two running backs that are top 10 in the country?
I think every week challenges you. I think that if you're not ready to come out and stop the run week in and week out, then you won't be fifth in the country. That's for sure. I think anytime you're top 10 in the country in anything, you're probably doing a pretty good job. Will we be challenged in ways that we haven't been so far this week? I think we will. I think this will be a bigger offensive line than we've seen so far this year. They have two big, strong running backs. Both their running backs are over 200 pounds and very talented. So we'll be challenged in different ways because of the personnel for sure.
In terms of the run being decided early, on both sides, how much does emotion play into that, and a strong sense of urgency, and how does the emotion play into the physicality of the run game on both sides?
I think emotion is one of the key components in the game of football in general. So I think you're exactly right. I think football is an emotional game first. If you're not emotionally ready to play, it is very difficult to run the football and stop the run.
And not to belittle any previous opponents over the last couple of weeks, is this sort of a different animal in terms of the atmosphere, the excitement for the fans, players inside the building around here?
I think every week presents different challenges. Every week we take it as a one-game season, and regardless of who your opponent is, and you see the results every week, there are teams that people think are going to have an easier time. I guarantee you the coaches don't think they're going to have an easy time, and nor do we any week we play. So Arkansas's got an excellent football team with excellent players and excellent coaches. It'll be a tremendous challenge for us this week. I think there'll be an excitement level in our fan base and in the stadium because of what this program represents for the first time coming to Piscataway. I'm not naive to that, but our excitement for the football game is an opportunity to be 1-0.
I saw Croft get, I believe, 2 catches in the opening series on Saturday. Is his role maybe going to grow a little bit going forward here?
I think that depends on who you play and what the coverage structures are, and the majority of the passes we call, there's a progression for the quarterback that he has to go through to decide where he's going to go with the ball. And we're very comfortable throwing it to Tyler. We believe he'll catch it, and we think he can do some stuff after he catches it.
Kyle, is there any change in your thinking on how you're going to lot the carries after Paul James?
No, not right now. You know, Paul will be out there for the first 2 series. Savon will take the 3rd series, and then we'll go from there, just like we have the first 3 games.
Kyle, Carew had a big opener against Fresno State and hasn't had as many opportunities since then. Is it what defenses are doing? Is it game plan?
I think it's similar to the Tyler Croft question a second ago. I think there's going to be certain games where Leonte is going to be the guy in the progression that gets the ball and gets the ball thrown to him and have opportunities, and then at other times that's not going to be the case. And that's why you need more than one. You need Brandon Coleman, Karan Pratt, Leonte Carew, Ruhan Peel, Tyler Croft, Paul Carazola, before you even get to the guys coming out of the backfield. You need them all to make plays in the game, because every week you don't know going into it who's going to get the opportunities. But they're coming. At some point this season they're coming. And for Leonte, they were a little bit earlier, and he made the plays for us. And last week Tyler made a few plays.
Got time for 2 more. Kevin played both the strong side and weak side with Jamal out, with Jamal being out again. What goes into the decision of where Kevin's going to play, when and where?
I think we go into the game saying he's going to do both. You know, we've got guys in L.J. Liston and Davon Jacobs and Quentin Gauze who are going to be really good players in our program, but are a little bit younger right now, and they're going to play in this game. But Kevin is a little bit more of a proven commodity, so as those guys rotate into the game, I think Kevin will be the constant, and he'll play in both spots.
Kyle, how would you say Quentin Gauze has kind of developed up to this point in the year?
Quentin's a great worker. He really is. Every day he's a very consistent worker, high energy level, high effort level, and I think that's starting to show up on the field. And I think Quentin is a guy who's going to continue to get better. He's a physical football player, and this is the type of game with what I think we're going to see from their offense that I think he'll be excited to play in.